Hi there. Welcome inside the OUA basketball show. My name's Griffin Porter. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the last week of the regular season. Some exciting stuff here. Lots of great games coming up. We're going to get into that after our guest, but first I want to jump right into our interview. So without further ado, here's our guest for this week. And my guest today is a key cog on one of the best basketball teams in the OUA this year, Aryan Sharma of the Western Mustangs. Aryan, thank you so much for coming on the OUA basketball show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be on here.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. It's been going to be great to talk to you. Western, great story for you guys this year. A great record. You're leading your division going into the last game of the season. But, there's so many great teams in the OUA this year. On this show, we try our best to talk about everyone. There's a lot going on at all times. Do you guys think that you've flown under the radar a little bit this year with all the great basketball that's going on?
Honestly, like you said, like every team in the OUA, I feel like it's crazy this year because like every team is beating everybody.
Yeah.
Like everybody has talent. Everybody is capable of going on a winning streak. This year, like I feel like we have done a good job kind of cementing where we want to be. One of the things that we kind of focused on this year was not so much focusing on everybody else, just making sure that we're focused just on us. So in terms of flying under the radar, you could say it both ways. I feel like we've exceeded some expectations. I think a lot of people wouldn't have put us here, given that we are still a young team, and given that we still are like pretty much retaining that same team from last year. But like we got a hungry group of guys. We got guys who are bought in. We're locked in, and we're ready to make some noise. And we're happy with how it's been, but we're nowhere satisfied yet. So I feel like it's going to be exciting heading into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's that good mentality to have. I feel like this is your fifth year with the Mustangs, sixth if you count the COVID year. You've seen a
hmm
lot of great seasons over there. You guys made that Final Eight run a couple of years ago, second place in the OUA. What have you learned from past years that's helping you this year? You mentioned you had a young team. You're one of the older guys. Is there something that you've really grabbed onto?
Yeah, honestly, like one of the biggest things, especially for me, having gone through multiple seasons, is just realizing that the season is a long grind. Like it is definitely a marathon. So there's going to be ups and downs, like in every season. I've had seasons where we've been bounced out of the first round, and then I've had a season where we made nationals, like you said, the final eight. Um, Kind of just the biggest thing that I learned is just through those ups and downs, you kind of just have to stay true to who you are, stay true to your skills, stay true to your team, um, and kind of weather the storm no matter what it's going through. Because there's going to be times when you're going to feel like you're the best team in the country. There's going to be times where you feel like you're in a slump. Um, but just realizing that it's a long season, it's pretty much all year long, and staying true to like all the work that you put in every single day in the off season, every single day in the season is kind of just key to weathering those storms. And the teams that can weather those storms the best, I feel, are the teams that are the most successful. So for us, being a young team, we kind of just preach that we don't want to get too high, we don't want to get too low. We kind of just want to stay true to our goals, stay true to the work that we put in.
Yeah, that's fantastic to hear. Want to talk a little bit about something that you got going on just on social media right now. You're in the middle of a 50-day sort of
hmm
series that it looks like you're doing just on growth and personal development. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit about that, what you got going on over there.
Yeah, for sure. Like one of the biggest things people don't know about me is like I'm big into like photography, videography, content creating.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's Thank you, I appreciate it. So kind of just using this time, especially like for me, it's a time of a lot of change going into my last year of university. Obviously, the future is a scary thing to think about sometimes. So kind of just allowing myself to become the best version of myself, um, for me and for my personal life, as well as to kind of translate onto the basketball court. Just trying to basically improve aspects of my life along the way. And I feel like as a basketball player, you're very tied to basketball being part of your identity. And I just kind of wanted to share my journey, share it as somebody who's more than a basketball player, somebody who
Yeah, man. Well, it's great to see. Like I said, the videography is awesome. I don't know if you got a drone or something going on in
Thank
there,
you.
but
Yeah.
it looks great, and it's a cool series. So I encourage people to check that out. Your Instagram handle will be right next to your head in the video there, so
Thank you.
people
Thank you.
should go check that out. But got to get back to basketball as well. This is the OUA basketball show,
Hmm.
and I'm always interested to talk to you guys who have the CEBL experience. You had the chance to play for the Montreal Alliance this summer. You had a great summer there. Did you learn anything from those playing with pros and former U Sports guys like that? I know we got a couple former Carleton Ravens on Montreal this summer. Like, what'd you take away from
Hmm.
that experience?
Yeah, for sure. Like one of the biggest things is kind of realizing. So like when you're in university, obviously you're a student athlete, and that comes with a certain lifestyle. Like you got classes to worry about, you got school, you got your personal life. When you shift into that pro environment, it really becomes apparent that this is the way that people are paying the bills, right? Like this
Right.
is the way that like this is like people's livelihoods. So there's definitely like a certain level of professionalism that you see right away. Like people are taking care of their bodies a certain way. People are competing a certain type of way. People are just every little detail that comes along with basketball is amplified. Um, so you really see that basketball is now no longer like you're no longer a student athlete, like you are a professional basketball player. This is your job. It's your job to perform. It's your job to take care of your body. So people like the pros that I got to play with and kind of be around, I learned that definitely like treating it like a job is one of the key things. Obviously, like you're in a position where you're doing what you love and you're getting paid for it, but at the same time, like that is your responsibility to be available, to be performing at a high level. So it's definitely eye opening to see like how that level of professionalism is shown.
Yeah, it's a good lesson for anyone who's doing something that they
Hmm.
love in the world. You got to treat it like a job as well. Just before I
100%.
let you go here, because I know you're busy, man, you got a lot going on. I noticed you guys only allowing 82 points per game this season, which is the lowest number the Mustangs have given up since that U Sports Final Eight run in 2020. Is that something that's come down from the top from Coach Campbell and the staff to really focus on that this year, or is that just sort of been a result of playing so well?
Yeah, 100%. Like if you look at our stats from last year, we had I think the best offense in the league and the bottom defense in the league, and we got bounced out of the first round. So we realized that something needs to change in order to reach a level of success. Like they say, defense wins championships. So we definitely wanted to focus on the defensive side this year. It's something that we rep out over and over and over in practice. It's something that we've been paying a conscious effort to. So it's nice to see that's translating. We're still making some mistakes that we got to clean up, especially heading into the playoffs. But I feel like, especially from last year, we're definitely trending in the right direction on the defensive end, and we've definitely been making that a focus point pretty much every single practice.
Well, yeah, it's paying off so far. You're looking good on that end, and you're having a great season as well. Congratulations to you on that. Only
Thank you.
one regular season game left. It's hard to
Yeah,
believe, and then it's playoff time, eh? Aryan, thank
yeah.
you so much for doing this. I really appreciate you taking the time.
No worries. I appreciate you a lot for having me on here. It was a great time.
Thanks again to Aryan. Really great to talk to him. It was a great interview. All right. We've got one weekend left of games, folks, and it is a doozy. We got some tight divisional matchups that we still have to sort out before playoffs, so let's get into them here. On the women's side, the Carleton Ravens winning streak has hit 10, but they still got to play Queens one more time this weekend in order to hang on to that OUA East title. That one's coming down to the wire. Meanwhile, in the Central, TMU is just one game behind Brock as the Bold play the Lions this week, while the Badgers take on Nipissing. So that one will come down to the wire. And in the West, Guelph still has one more chance to challenge Waterloo for that divisional crown. The Griffins are playing Nipissing and Laurentian this weekend, and the Warriors are looking to finish the season strong against U of T. So a lot of good games that'll come right down to the wire and really will go a long way to determine those divisions and that playoff seeding. On the men's side, Ottawa is up by just one game on Queens in the East as the Gales are on a 9-game win streak right now, and they'll go head-to-head tonight, Friday night, for a game with massive seeding implications. Meanwhile, in the OUA West, the Mustangs are just half a game up on Laurier going into the final stretch. They will also play. This time it'll be the final game of the season on Saturday in between Western and Laurier. Schedule makers are really blessing us there. In the OUA Central for the men's side, that's also going to come down to the wire. U of T and TMU going to be going head to head there, but don't just look at those two because McMaster is also hanging around in that hunt as well. Just one game separating the three teams. That should be a fantastic finish. All 6 divisions across men's and women's still in play for the last weekend of the regular season. It's exciting stuff. So be sure to all enjoy the games this weekend, and we will be back next week with our first episode of the playoffs. Can't believe it's finally here. My name's Griffin Porter. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.